Another episode of the 50-50 is here, and Par messaged me an hour before saying that he has the perfect topic for today's episode. So Par, hit me with it. What is it?
Okay, wait, just to recap though, like last week? Was it last week we did a 50-50?
2 weeks ago.
Or was it 2 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago, yeah. Yeah.
And we talked about the North Sentinelese. I was pretty surprised at the comments. Kind of like we didn't. I thought we'd get roasted way harder.
About our opinions on destroying a native tribe. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
People were on board. Nobody likes the North Sentinelese. Thank God.
Yeah.
We got away with that one.
I like to think that that's like a theme of like not that we like to test the line, but the line comes and follows us a little bit. And I think today's topic is I got it into it with a friend, not into it but I was like and somehow I connected it back to the North Sentinelese thing in the conversation with my friend, and I was like, this is a 50-50 conversation. So
what is it?
The thing that I came across this morning was Kanye West suing his dentist.
Okay, not what I thought you were gonna say, but I'm intrigued. Why is he suing his dentist?
Well, wait, we're not gonna get into it because we're gonna go down a whole rabbit hole. But maybe we'll save it for afterwards. What did you think I was gonna say?
So there's a highly trending topic going around the media right now. It might be old news by the time this comes out. You know, people might be sick of the conversation. I thought you were gonna bring up one gorilla versus 100 men.
Oh, nah, I talked that shit to death. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the humans would win, right? Just to like clear the air. No, Par, you're one of those. You think that the gorilla would win?
Bro, the gorilla would win.
No, it wouldn't. You have gorilla experts coming out saying that we would win.
You want to know what the gorilla? Okay, so people are like, bro, you're not taking into biology. And me and Brago talked about the same thing. You guys aren't thinking about psychology. And then we on Jay had a birthday stream and we talked this shit to death. We got to the point of polar bears and zebras, right? And me and Brago,
this is embarrassing.
We're like, well, I looked at Mr. Beast, 1,000 contestants, right? Half those people couldn't throw a ball to save their life. You're talking about the average 100 people, bro. No weapons, nothing. Straight up with the gorilla, and we're talking about
win.
No, we'd lose.
We'd win. No, we'd win.
You want to know why? And this blew all the people. They stopped talking after this happened. Roger's base entered the thing. You know what he said? And I was like, guys, that you guys are missing how frail we are. Roger's base literally said, I would much rather kill a human than a gorilla. I'd let the gorilla win. People fail to compute. People like that. I was like, Roger, what do you mean? He's like, man, why do I have beef with the gorilla? 100 people, me, everyone's dying before me. I'll just let the gorilla win. Who cares? I'd rather hurt a human than a gorilla. And there's people fucking crazy, bro. I don't trust half these people to throw a rock further they could throw a body. They can't do shit, bro. It's crazy. And then the best, it was like, you know, even if you were to bring up the YouTubers, that's what they did on Jay's stream, and we all looked at each other. I was like, all right, who's going first? Brago was like, all right, Cole goes. And it's like, bro, not all of us are built like Cole. You take 100 dudes. We're not talking about like Shaqs. We're not talking about fucking Thorsons or whatever. We're talking about you go to your high school, 100 people.
This is embarrassing. I cannot believe I'm friends with a gorilla sympathizer. This is embarrassing, Par.
When did I sympathize with the gorilla? I didn't bring up a single point about the gorilla.
If you think the gorilla would win, then you're not on humanity's side, Par. It's as simple as that.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the scenario isn't on humanity's side. First of all, the initial question was one gorilla versus 100 N-words, first of all. Second of all, when Brago heard that, he's like, all right, maybe the 100 people got a chance now. And I'm like, yeah, that's a fair point. But third,
The
Yeah,
100
because the
guys
scenario
have to be
doesn't get what
locked in.
humanity had.
No,
Humanity
the
has
100.
sticks,
If they're
stones,
locked in, they
fires.
win. No, Par.
Locked in, bro. Okay, sorry, 100 people from your comment section. Take 100 people from any group
We'd
in
win.
your high school.
We'd
They'd
win.
lose so miserably. It would be insane, bro. It's the same. The other scenario, and I love when someone brought this up. It's like, yeah, a gun has like 15 bullets. Realistically, kill like maybe 30. A crowd of 100 to 1,000 would still run away. And it's like that sort of a gorilla has boom, like those. It literally 4,000 pounds, bro. It like that's like quadruple what the world's strongest man can lift while passing out, and that's simple day's work.
Yeah, no, I realize I can't have this conversation with Par because he just doesn't believe in humanity. Because
humanity came in and was just like, yeah, I'd let the gorilla win. I can imagine if I heard that, if I'm in a crowd of 100 people and someone said maybe we let the gorilla win, why would I try at that point? I'm trying to run. Like,
exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. You need the 100 people to be like dedicated to the cause.
When did it say 100 dedicated, able-bodied? It said 100 N-words, first of all. 100 people. Which
I don't know the origins of it, but all I'm saying is that, like, if people are locked in and they're willing to fight, then yeah, we're gonna win.
It's at 100 locked in people, bro. It's at 100 people. I never.
Yeah, if we're taking into account people running away, then yeah, sure, the gorilla would win, right? But even then, it would be a hassle for the gorilla because you gotta imagine, like, dude, the gorilla don't want to fight you. Like, if you're saying the people,
why does humanity locked in and not the gorilla? Why is
no, exactly, no. What I'm saying is that you can't have like one or the other. It's got to be both, right? It's either the people are locked in and the gorilla's locked in, or the people are not locked in and then the gorilla wouldn't be locked in either.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like even Roger's base isn't running away. He's actually just sabotaging humanity.
Then we kill Roger's base. I don't know why that's such a problem. It's just one guy.
No,
I love Roger, but I mean, if he's sabotaging the entire group,
is that Rogers was
we gotta cook
on
him.
the spectrum a crazy one, but there's other crazy people. Some of the people were thinking that a human punch could actually damage a gorilla. That's wild. Imagine fighting with someone who actually think that they can physically punch a gorilla. You have to group work it. You played soccer. How many imbeciles did it get to your good ass team, bro? Some people got kicked off. Like there's hundreds of people that try out, and some people get kicked out. That's what it is.
Naruto used the Shadow Clone Jutsu and used a Naruto punch barrage against Shukaku, the Sand Demon, and it worked. Well, what I'm saying is that, like, I think you are heavily underestimating 100 humans versus a gorilla. Like I said, if we're all locked in and dedicated to the cause, and let's say the gorilla is too. The gorilla's just it's bloodlusted. It wants to kill people.
Bloodlusted, not this.
No, it's not even like a joke, but like, what gorilla wants to willingly fight 100 people? Most gorillas don't. The gorillas are intimidated by freaking big objects. If there's 100 people walking up towards the gorilla, exactly, Paul. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If the gorilla is locked in, the people have to be locked in too. If the people are not locked in, then the gorilla shouldn't be locked in. You cannot have one or the other.
No, it's not that. What you like? Okay. Gorillas scared of big objects. Gorillas are not scared of people. People are scared of gorillas. Innately, that's the thing.
And the same thing. The gorillas are scared of 100 people approaching him.
100. 100.
Oh my God.
People. Right? Like they are locked in. This is them trying their best. But the best of a random 100 people sucks ass. If we said like 100 Olympians, if we said 100,
I'm gonna be honest. I do not think we need Olympians or Shaqs. Get that mindset out of here.
Athletes.
That is a loser mentality. No.
Get athletes.
No, we don't, Paul. We need average Joes. Oh, I'm so pissed right now. I'm so heated. I think this is the
need
most
average
heat. I'm
Joes,
turning
bro.
red, Par. I'm like fucking Ashura's wrath right now.
Bro, the average person
I'm like the wrath
is
god Callie,
not
bro.
coordinated. An average person. This is why we do.
We
like,
have 100 effing people, Par. We can just cycle in and out. That's what I'm saying. We have to be locked in. We can't. Par.
Okay. I think Okay. So I think what you're also saying, right? If you had 100 locked in people against one shooter, they would win. Right?
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, in reality, there's never 100 locked in people against the shooter. You're putting a gorilla at a university.
But we're also okay. But the thing is that if we're saying the 100 people are not locked in, we also have to take into at that point we're like, yeah, we have to also take in consideration the mindset of the shooter. Or like,
yeah, but the mindset of a gorilla primately is innately more aggressive and athletic.
Yes, a gorilla is innately more aggressive, but it also innately does not want to fight 100 people. There's a reason why tigers are being chased out by freaking geese, Par, because they're freaking scared by loud noises and flapping wings. If a gorilla sees 100 people approaching it, then yes, the gorilla's backing off.
If the point is, if they're supposed to fight, right? And in that scenario, you bring up the tiger and the geese, you would also say the tiger still beats the geese.
Yes, the tiger beats the geese, but the tiger backs away initially because we're taking in the fact that it's scared. Par, that's what I'm saying.
Whether it's scared or not, it's not going to eat it. It doesn't want to. If it wanted to eat the geese,
when we're thinking about the 100 people versus a gorilla, we have to say that they're both bloodlusted. Both sides are bloodlusted and want to win. Like when you talk about the 100 people, you can't say, oh yeah, by the way, one of the 100 people is Roger's base, and Roger's base wants to kill people. It's like, no, you can't bring up stupid shit like that. We have to be locked in. We gotta say the 100 people are willing to kill the gorilla.
You're saying 1v100. I'm saying it's a random sample where most people are unathletic. I've seen people,
and that is fine, Par. I'm not arguing against that. Par, you can pick 100 random ass people, and I'm okay with that scenario.
And they would lose miserably, bro.
No, they wouldn't.
People.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
100 people, Par. You're underestimating humanity.
Average people would lose.
Do you think the gorilla is like a freaking primordial creature? Par, it's a freaking gorilla. No. He gets tired. He gets worn down.
Someone said the same shit on Jay's stream. They're like, oh, if you're assuming that the average of humanity is bad, which yes, it is. Like, this is the same shit that one mom who run at her child's parents' race, and she's an Olympian, and you just see all the average people. Literally, they look like they're walking, and she's like jogging, and she's not even trying. And it's like the average person sucks ass. The average gorilla is in nature. It doesn't have a car. It doesn't get its food people made for it. It goes and survives. It climbs a tree. You climb out of bed down to on a level floor that we level for humanity.
I've seen ants take down freaking birds. It can happen. It's 100 people versus one gorilla. That has a stamina bar. The gorilla has a stamina bar. The gorilla is gonna kill like 90 people. By the way, I'm not trying to sugarcoat that. A lot of people are gonna get freaking maimed and destroyed in one hit. Yes. Humans are frail. You get punched by a gorilla, your ribs are caved in. You're gone.
They're
fucking locked in. They see people die and they're fucking
You have to have. You're not getting like Russian soldiers. In Vietnam.
You're saying that
their people blown up and ran.
If you're saying that the people get fucking. Oh my god. You brought up a great example. If you are saying
people are going to get exploded, in war, we're locked in.
Get demoralized
deserting, and they're not the average person.
If you're saying that people get demoralized by death, then you can also say that the gorilla gets demoralized by the 100 people fucking approaching him. Par, no, you have. That's why you have to put them in a freaking box and say they're locked in.
No, because you're saying bloodlusted. I'm saying we have examples of wartime when people are locked in, bloodlusted, and they'll see right next to them their commander, their stronger person,
Holy
anybody,
shit,
and the
Par,
dessert.
do not bring in real life. Stop that. We're talking about a hypothetical, not real life. Oh, but actually, there's more examples. Par, this is a hypothetical. This is a fucking hypothetical. We're talking about a fantasy realm hypothetical in a box. They do not stop.
Mean?
World War Z. They just keep on charging the gorilla. We can win this.
You know what? No,
we're talking about a reality where people do not get demoralized by death. No, you can't bring up, back in World War II, the commander dies and everybody gets demoralized. We can't bring that up. They are locked in no matter how many people die, how many people get maimed in front of them.
Do I have hope that humanity could win? Sure! Am I going to bet on humanity winning? No. What you're talking about is Doctor Strange and Endgame going, I went to 14 million, and we saw the movie where Thanos lost the one time, and you're like, I
always vote for humanity.
We win once, and I'm like, okay,
I always vote for humanity. We will take this gorilla down.
Betting. If I were to put money on it, I'm not betting on the people. 100 random people. Bloodlusted, however you want to do that.
An actual
if you
competition.
Want to bet on the hope, you can bet on the hope.
If there was an actual competition where we had to fight a gorilla, I would volunteer to be the first person killed.
Yes,
just to prove a point.
If you are not the average person.
I will take the first hit and die.
Not the average person.
I'm very average. I'm very average. I will take that hit.
On YouTube, every comment is, wow, Psy's brain can't fathom it. He's funny though. Same thing about me. You and I are anomalies mentally. That's why we're on
no. Par.
We're brain
this gorilla's getting cooked, brother. Par. Okay, how about this?
On top of that, you're athletic. That's different.
Par.
Most of our viewers are not athletic.
How about this? 50,
I've seen our viewers.
50,
they're not unathletic,
50,
but they're not us.
50 of you and 50 of me versus a gorilla. We're locked in and bloodlusted. The gorilla's bloodlusted too. He wants to kill the fuck out of us.
Yeah, but we have insane anime teamwork. That's not that would be above 50.
Okay, wait. How about this? How about this?
Naruto Sasuke.
Change it up. 100 people locked in, but it's a clone of one person. So you don't have to worry about coordinating or you do. But you don't have to worry about people not being there with you or not having the same idea. It's 100 of the same person.
100 of the same person? They'd have to be above. They'd have to. Okay, you know what? They would have to pass a state fitness, like the school, high school fitness. The people who can't pass that, they fail. And unfortunately, without that, when you start off, most of the people fail that shit. That's what I'm saying. And as you get older, after high school, most of the people would still fail that test.
We have to.
You bring in an average adult. I just went to a class.
We have to think about the average strength of a gorilla too.
Bro.
There's a lot of lazy effing gorillas out there.
Bro.
There's a lot of lazy gorillas out there in those zoos, man.
You're bringing up a zoo. Oh, let's bring a human.
That's badasses into the equation. There's a lot of humans who are lazy. Par, guess what? Go to a freaking zoo.
A caged human oppressed by the gorillas. Let's bring that guy. Like what?
We can't exclude an entire subsection of gorillas. That's like me saying let's exclude the fat asses in the world. No,
Jay brought up Tarzan. I was like, Tarzan's not real, and he's just like he fought.
You don't know if he's real or not.
Not the real guy. Like.
Oh man, I will say this. This conversation is making me sad. I just can't believe.
In the Tarzan example, you can't believe. You'd be like, yeah, of course, a human baby would survive an instance with the gorilla. I'm talking about a hypothetical and I'm like, it's a movie. It happened one time in real life. It's not all. If we put 1,000 babies there, most of them are dying.
I gotta look it up.
The guy who survived the gorillas also didn't fight panthers and vine whip like Tarzan. But that was funny. It came up in Jay's thing, and then Murphy unmuted and chimed in at the Tarzan part. Ignore, like, he wasn't participating the entire time. It's just like, yes, Jay, Tarzan. And I was like, what, this shit isn't real. Oh my god. Listen, if it was 100, I don't even think. No, I think 100 of me, but like,
how about
maybe
this?
like 100 of me from like.
You waste the first 10 people on a strategy so that they can poke out his eyes and gouge him out.
See,
and then after that,
type of
no, I'm being serious. Like, we sacrifice 10 people to distract the gorilla, fight the gorilla, die, and then we gouge his eyes out, and then we really just have to have him bleed out. Like, he can't see us. We just get a couple of good hits in, have him bleed out naturally, and then we just avoid the attack. We just reserve stamina. He can't see us. He can't do anything, and he's just dying. Like, there's a lot of ways to get around this. Like, people are thinking this has to be like a constant, ongoing battle that never ends. Theoretically, if you play strategies, you can beat the gorilla.
So it was funny because Hidden said like, oh, like, I'm gonna go back and build a trebuchet, right? And then other people were like, okay, but what if we strategize at the start? And you know, I think about, like, probably we've talked about this guy, and we both parroted this quote, and I think we both understand it very well. One of the stronger than me. If it was 100 of him, we have a good shot. 100 of him, we definitely have a shot. I would probably put money on him. But when you said, Par, what if we have a plan? And then I remembered Mike Tyson. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, bro. You're saying, okay, we sacrifice. Everyone has a plan until this tenth of their population just gets obliterated by the gorilla.
And you know what? That is why you got to be locked in.
Bro, I think Mike Tyson would look at a crowd of 100 people like, nah, you guys don't have a shot. And this is a man who entertained fighting a gorilla on behalf of somebody.
And here's the thing.
Saw a gorilla
like,
at a zoo.
If somebody gets intimidated by the gorilla, I think we got to kick him off the team.
Bro, like, even Mike Tyson walks into the room, everyone's intimidated. Like, I think you and I would. Oh shit! And he wouldn't even be standing next to us. Mike Tyson is bloodlusted, brother. There's videotape of when Mike Tyson's coach and the cameraman gets scared. And you know the cameraman's supposed to be invincible, bro. Like, what? He scared the cameraman. What are we talking about, bro? A gorilla? 100%.
No.
100%.
Humanity, 100%.
No. No. I understand you believing in the. I appreciate that you care about your fellow man and think so. When you go to the grocery store and you stand by the door and watch the first 100 people walk into your, I mean, Costco's probably a little bit better than a Walmart, a neighborhood Walmart, but like, I'm glad that you think if you were the door clocker, you clocked 100 people in, you could go and be like, yup, these 100, these guys win. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, bro. But you put a gorilla in that store, 100%. Those people are not staying in. The gorilla walks out, bro. Like,
no.
This is
gorilla's getting cooked.
Nah,
it's gonna run out of stamina. It won't be able to move anymore. Yeah, people think a gorilla for some reason. I saw an image and it's extreme and it's a joke, but it's true. They're like, this is how people imagine the gorilla. They give him the fucking Sharingan, the Thanos gauntlets, an AK-47.
We give that to people, bro. Like I've seen
people are just hyping up this gorilla
on their own. I've seen
to hell and back.
I've seen people knock themselves out by running into each other. I've seen people trample each other. I've seen locked in.
Yeah, but now we're talking about 100 people.
100 people, bro. I've seen too many people tear their ACL without anything, just walking, just not even getting off of a bench. My age, 20-year-olds, it's crazy. I've never heard of a gorilla like do that shit like that. So it's crazy the amount of, like, we look at a crowd of 100 people And in any scenario, they're not coordinated, bro. The airplane agent has that's why we have numbers and lines, bro. People are crazy. You get a group of 100 people, there's even the cops can't, like,
Yeah, and that's
there's
what
no
I'm saying. The 100
organization,
people
bro.
are going to be locked in. The gorilla's locked in. The people are locked in. It's as simple as that.
Bro,
You can't
like,
have one being bloodless and the other one isn't.
Example. I liked your 100 of one person to further the lock in because other than that,
no, that's
everyone's just like biology, physics. I'm like, psychology is the most important science here. Like that's
so silly.
Of combat, half of combat psychology. Like,
and that's why we have a hypothetical.
The best fighter. Like, it's crazy. It is. I mean, most people on average underestimate animals, but like. But they that in and of itself on a 1v1 basis, you know, is you know, we talked about this. We talked about us versus an animal. Could we take the animal
here's the
even
thing.
with weapons on this podcast? And we knew where our limits was, and we were like, all right, no,
I would
like,
never.
listen.
I would never bring down my fellow man. See, here's the thing. Like, imagine this. Imagine you're fighting the gorilla, and then you coordinate with the people to punch one spot over and over and over.
Bro, do you know
you're laughing? Okay. Go on to the Kanye topic. Go on. Yeah, move on to your favorite Hitler imposter.
No, okay.
What is Kanye doing this week?
This is crazy. So I said Kanye is suing his dentist, right?
Yeah.
And you just said he's a Hitler guy, right? And I said no. I think we talked about Kanye a little bit before and other things. I think Kanye is gonna win this lawsuit.
So what happened? To give me like the recap, because I have no idea. I remember hearing about his dentist, but I don't know in what context.
So
like what happened?
So this is mind blowing because like if Kanye was coherent, right? Like in the sense of if this is like a conniving way to get money out of this situation, like malpractice, you know, lawsuit, then the setup is wild. But like I think the lawsuit makes a lot of sense, and you actually covered why on a completely independent stream that I tuned in on Twitch, and I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. So do you remember his Super Bowl commercials?
Yes, it was like a link to his website, and it was just like a Nazi symbol.
Okay, but
right?
where was he? Do you remember like the style, what he was doing?
Oh, he was in his dentist's office. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
He was at the dentist office, and so like that, like plants, like how convoluted the dentist and Kanye shot a multi-million-dollar advertisement in the seat of this guy's office / I'm not sure if it was even his office, because apparently this is a celebrity dentist that essentially like markets themselves as giving like celebrities like their perfect smile, the smile that they want, the smile that makes them famous, it shines bright as stars. He's a celebrity dentist, so it's a little bit different. He makes some house calls and stuff like that. And so Kanye is suing him, and I know this sounds crazy. I was on board. I was like, nah, this is stupid. He's suing him because he says that his dentist essentially was his drug dealer, and his dentist supplied him with excess amount of nitrous oxide and told him essentially like suable malpractice amount of irresponsibility. I forgot the word was, but he like to a point where the dentist is liable for not having proper nitrous oxide practices. So one example is when you're administered nitrous oxide, or laughing gas for what people don't know, at the dentist office they would use it for, you know, certain operations, and Kanye West had like a titanium grill inserted, and obviously to get that maintained and whatever, he has to go to dentist, so it's used nitrous oxide, and the nitrous oxide so when you're given that, they have to like monitor you for like 30 minutes to an hour to make sure that you're okay. You're not going to have any like like serious like heart condition event, like anything like that, seizure, whatever. They do have to hold you for a bit, and they have to make sure that you have like someone to drive you home so you're not operating a motor vehicle. So like things like that, the dentist did not do apparently. The other things that he did was he didn't give Kanye West instructions on how to use nitrous oxide, which also implies he supplied Kanye West with nitrogen oxide, also delivering canisters of it to his house and his wife's house, which this kind of came out like the thing that like essentially happened was Kanye West and his wife, I don't remember her name, Miss like Cersei or something, like
Yeah, he like married her out of nowhere.
Yeah, they broke up in April, and they're not back together, but she came back essentially and is giving Kanye like guidance. I guess these are like the terms like, hey, like the dentist has been fucking you up, and apparently she has documentation of like the deliveries being made. And so in response to that, in a previous thing, what happened was and so I didn't say like why like I believe this or yet, but one of the things that like was a crazy flag that I think I saw it on it was like a Yahoo article, which the Yahoo article blew the other articles in terms of detail like out of the water. I was like, what the fuck are these articles? These articles have no more detail than the title. And then the other one like had actual lawsuit information. I was like, this is so stupid. Like I had to find like the best article when it's not the top one, and it's on Yahoo. Anyways, the point is, this dentist actually had a complaint, I think from another dentist, to the California Board of Dentists back in August. So that'd be right around when Kanye West would have been admitted. And the complaint was about how the guy wasn't following proper dental codes, and he wanted him to be stripped of his thing. And that dentist had proof that the guy delivered nitrogen oxide to Kanye West. And to that, the dentist said, "Oh, they're empty. They're not full." And it's like, oh, that's a little funky as a response. And then like the wife also is like corroborating, like, no, there's nitrogen oxide, all this stuff. And so Kanye West essentially is saying that he was given the nitrous oxide at the start, and then given essentially as like an opioid thing at home, and he ended up getting addicted. And so a lot of the resulting situation with him and his wife and other things, they didn't explicitly say the other things, was in result of psychosis after taking an insane amount of nitrogen oxide supplied by the dentist. And so the other part, and I think there's like a third party, but the third party is on Kanye West's side, because they're essentially saying that this dentist kind of like just takes all these like rich people and kind of makes them into like subscription plans. And so his subscription plan with Kanye West was like $100,000 or something a month. And so like the kind of thing that is developing, I guess, from what I gathered, was the lawyers are kind of building up a case that the guy wanted to essentially like kind of like kidnap Kanye West as a patient and keep him like under his subscription for a long time. And the lawyers say that there's a lot of they have, because like Kanye West has a lot of workers, the wife has a lot of workers, there's proof of it. But then also there's texts between the dentist and Kanye West and the wife where the dentist is apologizing and admitting that he made mistakes in his treatment of Kanye West in thing. And so if they're touting that they have an admission of guilt of any kind, they're gonna between all of that and the fact that there's an independent report to the dental thing within this time frame, I'm like, all right, this is crazy. That like this, and then also again tying it back, like Kanye West did what a lot of the people thought was like, wow, that's sick. He recorded a $5 million video and just posted as a Super Bowl ad. And it's like, no, wait, hold on. Like, he was in the dental chair when he did that. And like, he's probably under the nitrogen oxide then and probably making these decisions under the influence like that. And so because has it on like national footage, that like the association there, it's kind of wild what he can sue for damages, because he might be able to get the ad also added onto the thing. Not that I didn't even see that what he was like suing for. There was like no, I didn't see a money thing from what I saw. But yeah, when I saw this thing, I'm like, yo, I gotta bring this to the 50/50. I gotta tell Sai about this. This is wild. But yeah, that's kind of everything I gathered in like 5 minutes earlier.
What's funny is that I was not expecting this. I actually didn't know anything about this.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
I've heard a couple of things
today,
from the grapevine, but yeah, no, I think it's really cool. I agree with you. I think Kanye West is definitely going to win this. Yeah. I would be shocked if he doesn't.
That's insane. Like,
yeah.
I think like had you asked us months ago, hey, do you think like Kanye West could have a redemption? Like, is there a way to pull him back? I never thought and I hate dentists. Like, I have lots of friends with dentists. I'm sorry. I mean, you guys kind of know I don't like dentists. I have my own story with dentists. But man, this dentist malpractice redemption arc for Kanye West?
I feel like there's a lot of people who do that. A lot of doctors that like overprescribe, or like they kind of act as drug dealers. So it's nice seeing that Kanye West is heralding all of this.
Yeah.
Putting it all on his shoulders like Atlas from Greek mythology. But
I saw comments.
It's not the hero we expected. That's fair.
I saw comments are like, hey, I've had laughing gas. I've had 20 operations on my teeth, and none of that gas made me anti-Semitic. And I was just like, fair.
But Kanye could argue it though, if he wanted to.
He gets, especially like, I don't know about nitrous oxide. Now, this is why I also thought about you, is you actually did an entire stream about the effects of nitrous oxide that is a new, what was it called? Galaxy gas, right?
Oh, yeah, so that's why you said I was an expert at it, because I know about galaxy gas. I was wondering, I was like, oh, where does my expertise come in?
Yeah, I learned so much from that stream. The Twitch stream on twitch.tv/Psyduck, SYV for people who spell it PSY. Yeah, it's Psyduck. Psy always does amazing deep dives.
Yeah, I do amazing deep dives on really on a lot of topics like this. So if you want to learn about drugs or paraphernalia, just hop over to Psyduck at Twitch and you'll find out all about I forgot what it's called now. Just galaxy gas? Yeah, galaxy gas.
There was another name for it that you said, but like the video we watched was about how the kids are all buying galaxy gas.
Whippets.
Whippets, yes. So essentially, the dentist prescribed him whippets, and he got whipped. And now, does it, like, from your research, how bad is nitrous oxide as an expert on galaxy gas?
As an expert at whippets and galaxy gas, it's pretty bad for you.
And like, how many
I wouldn't recommend
times?
it.
Like, it's like, I imagine the canisters that Kanye West got were like this type of comic book shit that you like a scuba diver has, right? Brings it into his billionaire mansion, right? And has it in a closet somewhere, just like some comical thing. But in the stores, what were they buying? They were buying like this big, right?
So you can find it in a lot of canisters of whipping cream, which is why they call it whippets. Because you can actually just buy like... Yeah, that's the origin of the name. Whippets comes from whipping cream because it contains nitrous oxide, but not a lot. Like that's why whenever you see people doing whippets, it's usually like an Amazon brand, or not Amazon brand, but like it's one you can find off of Amazon, and they usually concentrate it like times 100, which is legal, and that's how they get around like selling it. They're like, like this can of whipped cream, it can do like 5,000 cakes, and you know that like it's meant to just puff it in.
Do you remember? I think so you were saying it's a legal limit. That means the laughing gas at the doctors is probably like 1,000x, right? Like it's probably an insane amount.
It could be like 1,000x or like 5,000. I bet it's the same concentration as what you'll find on Amazon, which we don't recommend. The problem with galaxy gas, I guess you could say this with most drugs, is that it actually fries your brain. It shuts off oxygen for like a second or two, which I'm sure you don't have to be a genius to know that denying your brain of oxygen even for a split second is a bad idea. So that's why like when you'll see kids who are actual, it's mainly because of galaxy gas.
It's nowadays. Now this is a new
Nowadays,
thing.
yeah.
This is a new thing.
It's whippets have been around for the past like 20 or so years, but it's
Okay,
only
that's-
now
that's
getting
new.
popular.
Okay, so you don't have to act younger than we are. That's young.
No, I'm
That's
just
newer
saying,
for
it's-
us.
yeah,
Back in my
it's-
day, no one was running around with. I mean, we had paint. We had paint.
Paint thinners. Paint thinners, yeah.
Glue, paint thinners, but we weren't like. We it was I saw some kid doing glue in I remember like it was at recess I think, and they had like a it was just like straight glue and then like a cardboard tube type of thing to isolate it. I mean it was like elementary school, so
Oh, yeah.
and it wasn't they just do it till like they were silly, not till they were like cosplaying death, you know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure you could find like a lot of videos of people doing Galaxy Gas, and they just like they take it in and then they lose their mind for like a split second, and I was like,
I saw
that idea, guys.
I remember a video you showed where the kid like just dropped on the floor.
Yeah,
just
and
hit
then
the
he
ground.
gets up like a second later and he's just laughing. And it's like, okay, I don't know. I feel like there's safer things to do. Which, like, have you guys tried like League of Legends? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
there's
get
just other
Kanye
things,
West
guys.
on League of Legends. That'll help with his dental plan. So like, I'm when it comes to like addiction to like that, people are probably gonna be like, nitrous oxide isn't an addictive substance. And it's like anything could be addictive. It's not. Yes, like nicotine has like a habitual. There's like a thing like a relationship in your brain and stuff. A lot of things can do that. Like people say marijuana isn't addictive, but it can be habit forming. And
Yeah.
I would imagine like as far as like Kanye West, if the dentist like and again, like I don't think the lawyers would come out swinging like that, where they're like, you have admissions of like telling Kanye West that like this is okay, and a separate like thing where he's being reported for this exact thing, that like Kanye West is probably not like looking up whippets and the effects of whippets, or unironically, if he's with his daughters might actually know about whippets and be like, Dad, that's not good for you, or something like that, and be the voice of reasons here, because they're
I doubt that.
no, I mean, but because I mean,
I get what you mean though.
Yeah, North is like 11 now or 12, so that's like an age
Yeah.
group that's like starting all that shit, and then she's also like rich, so I'm sure they like know about that stuff. And from what I can tell, she's not Kanye crazy. She's rich crazy, but that's not like, she's rich. Well, we can't really change that. So, but yeah, the point is that I honestly believe that like in the span of 8 months, if he's had like a direct faucet of nitrous oxide for whatever reason, that shit would fuck him up. Honestly, I'm surprised that he's resembling Kanye West at all after like even 2 months of like dental grade laughing gas.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not more like Justin Bieber right now.
Or
Justin
that's
Bieber's
a
kind of going
whole-
off the deep end.
Damn, I didn't know. Or is it related to Benny Blanco type of stuff, or is it not?
I don't know.
Is it-
I don't really keep up with celebrity stuff, to be honest. So I have no idea what's going on with Justin Bieber. I've just seen like clips of him like lashing out in public, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen too much of that stuff either. I just know that he, ups and downs.
Like when you
I
said
haven't
Benny
kept up with
Blanco,
these-
I thought you were like casting a spell on me.
Oh no, Benny Blanco was always interesting.
Who's
you know?
Benny Blanco?
Benny Blanco is the puppeteer of the music industry. He's written every number one that you can think of from every artist.
You make him sound like Doflamingo. He's the puppet master of all of this.
Oh, he is, bro. He is.
Damn.
He literally has like a laptop that what's it called? I forgot what songs it was. But there's songs that like come out from Beyonce or Rihanna or even like Chris Brown or Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber, and he's like, "Oh, but this is like demoed by this other artist, and I was the one who produced it, and I'm also the one who wrote it, and also like I'm the inspiration as well." And then he
damn.
brings up the receipt on the thing. Yeah, so Benny Blanco's interesting. He's interesting. He's done a lot.
The life of a
Can't deny
ghostwriter.
his existence. Yeah, he's like I wouldn't even say he's a ghostwriter. He's more of a producer that like is just very extremely talented. So
Yeah.
because he's so musically inclined, he's like Ed Sheeran, just shows up, can do anything, rap, sing. Well, okay, Ed Sheeran tried. He
Ed
used to be
Sheeran, the
terrible.
rapper.
Yeah,
I love
so.
that thought. Yeah, so
But
shout out
yeah.
to Kanye fighting the good fight against nitrous oxide. Hopefully he wins. You know, I don't always root for Kanye. Kanye's a interesting guy. He just always seems like off his rocker, but I guess nitrous oxide could be like the explanation.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's always been off his rocker, but I think the world kind of recognized the last, like, 8 months have been, like, an insane amount of off his rocker.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, though, I feel like that's most celebrities. Like, one day they just lose their mind.
That's true. That's true. And that I think the main reason, because I was highly skeptical. I have no reason to care.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not one of those people like I still like you know, go to Donde. I you know, go to an empty concert arena for like 5 hours, wait for one word, say it's coming out like next week anyways,
Donda.
drops on Spotify, some shit like that, and they get canceled by Adidas the next morning. Like I don't know. Like I'm not that kind of you know, person. But when I read it, I was like, wait a second. And it's also a personal thing. I have a personal thing against dentists. I have my own experience where my orthodontist got sued for malpractice, and as a young kid, I called his ass out. I was like, "You don't know what you're doing," and I told my parents, "This guy belongs in prison." And then, flash forward like 3 years later, he got sued by 4 people, and
So
they
what you're
won.
saying is that you can see yourself in Kanye.
Nah, because I'm not. Substances were never. Like when I got my ACL surgery, I didn't take my pain meds. I was refused. I'd rather cry than take the pain meds. And I've taken opioids, you know, after other surgeries. But yeah, from Kanye, you know, like I wouldn't, even if I had the access. Sorry, Kanye. That's on you. But again, I don't have the bipolar disorder and a long history, you know, in that life. I don't know how that would change me, you know, but damn, like it's wild that like I think it's wild that there's a paper trail that's public. Like the dentist. I don't post about the dentist, but this man had a Super Bowl commercial from the dentist.
From the
chair.
dentist
Like,
office. He could have been playing like 5D chess, to be honest.
and remember what I said at the beginning? Like,
Yeah.
if he's coherent, he is so coherent that like that it's terrifying, because that's next level insanity to go through public smearing for 8 months, tank your family relationship, public relationship, billions of dollars, millions of dollars, watch it go down, and you're just like a cartoon. Wait
All
till
to get
the
a
day comes.
dentist.
Yeah, all to get a dentist who probably doesn't have that much money in the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. So he's doing it for
compared
like
to
the love of the
Kanye.
game.
Yeah. I mean, like, for the dentist, a lot of money. He's making what if he has like 10 clients and each of them giving 50,000? He's making 500,000 a month. That's insane money. And dentists can actually probably make more from having an honest practice. But if you're doing it by just straight up being like, "Hey, yeah, here's nitrous oxide. Don't rat on me," and you're
Don't
like,
rat on me, please.
yeah, and then you run into Kanye West, the raid boss, and you like start stoking him. You're like, "Yeah, Kanye, you can have as much NO, and the drug might be no, but I'll never say no." You know, like
They should,
you know,
they could make a movie out of this. Just like
What
a
do you
guy
mean?
infiltrating big pharma and like finding out who's distributing the drugs.
Yeah, and it's a dentist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like one of those things where like the villain's hidden in plain sight. Like maybe the entire time, like our guy's having a meeting in the dentist's office, but he never suspects the dentist.
Yeah, I just thought of a great. You're right. This should be. I'm not. Don't do like a documentary or anything. Breaking Bad, but instead
Yeah.
breaking teeth. It's a
Oh
dentist.
shit.
Yeah, a dentist who's like, just grueling, cleaning people's mouths and just tired. It's a family on his ass, a wife who wants to live this life, a crazy thing. Basically Breaking Bad, but breaking teeth. And the guy gets diagnosed cancer. Shocker! Whoa! No establishment for that.
Wait. I have an idea too. The dentist, get this. He's a really strong fighter, and the reason why is because he's a gorilla.
A gorilla with laughing gas wins. I'm sorry. A dentist gorilla? Now is the guy knows how to break teeth, bro.
Yeah, no, like, have you ever watched SpongeBob growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that episode where, like, I think it was like Patrick, and they like unzipped him, and it was a gorilla inside. It's like that. You ever see that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna.
It'll be exactly like that.
Sea bear, where you just draw a circle on the ground.
No, we don't need to draw a circle. We're throwing hands.
Sorry.
Yeah, come on.
But yeah, come on. The repellent. Do we have gorilla repellent? We have bear repellent. Do we have gorilla repellent? We probably don't.
I think so. Let me see. Should I like Amazon this?
Why would you need to Amazon it? Do you have gorillas in Oklahoma that I didn't know about? Like,
yeah, apparently
or is that a
there is
racist
gorilla
joke?
repellent.
There is none, right?
No, there is.
Oh, there is. What's in it? What's the top ingredient? Watch it be laughing. Imagine it's nitrous oxide. Gorillas are
It
anti-laughing.
mimics the scent of a striped polecat.
What the fuck is a striped polecat?
Oh, a skunk. So it's not really gorilla repellent, it just repels everybody.
Yeah. I put ass in a can. What does it repel? Everything.
Yes, that's fair, I guess.
I'm pretty sure that would sell better as ass in a can. Like, that's way better marketing
I mean,
than gorilla
that's
repellent.
a thing already, right? Like fart in a can.
Yeah, which one do you think gets more sales? Gorilla repellent or fart in a can? Probably fart in a can.
I've seen a lot of people like doing the pranks where they're like, hey, like, let's do an interview. And then they interview like random people, but they spray the microphone with like fart spray.
What the fuck?
You've never seen that?
No. What kind
Yeah,
of
yeah. It's usually like a bunch of teenagers, and they're like, okay, like we're gonna spray fart spray all over this microphone and this camera. And then they walk up to the guy and they're like, hey, buddy, what do you think about this? And they like put the microphone in his face, and they're like, whoa. Every time they try to back up, they put the microphone back in his face. Yeah,
dude, Amazon made things
crazy.
too. You could just order that shit on Amazon. Back in my day, it was like you had to get like the electric pen or electric gum thing, and you shock people. But you had to get that from like what store was it? And the store had like dildos in it. That store had all those gags.
Usually like a Mexican store.
Spencer's, I think.
Oh, Spencer's too. I used to go a Mexican supermarket, and they had like a bunch of those like pull the fake gum and get shocked thing.
Damn,
I love those.
Damn. Nowadays they just get fart in a can. The touch of their hands, bro.
Yeah,
it's too accessible.
I also had like little
accessible.
poppers. I don't know if you remember like it's like flint and steel in a little baggie. You just throw it at the ground and it pops. Those are fun too.
That's just lighter, right? Like lighter has flint and steel, right?
Well, yeah, but like now it's like in a little baggie. Just throw it at people, yeah.
You're talking about like I've always wanted it, and then it became so accessible that I got bored. Like I saw on video, I'm like, damn, the average Joe who can't fight a gorilla just has this. Is crazy. Because like I remember like seeing an anime where they do the firework festival, and then they have like they pop on the ground.
Yeah.
I didn't know where to get those, but yeah.
I don't think it's actually like flint and steel, but I like to imagine.
Yeah, it's not flint and steel, but it's something that where you throw and it pops. Was it last year? I think I played with that last year. Or like it came in I bought fireworks. Did I buy fireworks? I bought fireworks, and then in like one of those bundle things from Costco. I think someone wanted it or whatever. And in the center they had one of those things. They didn't have that when I was a kid, so I used it. Pretty fun. I think I gave it to my mom and told her to use it. Oh, because my mom would call me I remember when I first moved out, she called me and she's like, "There's a bobcat in our thing." I was like, "Why are you? And what do you want me to do?" And she's like, "You usually like tell them to leave and then they leave." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm not home anymore. You want me to drive 2 hours to to come scare the bobcat?" And
Yeah, just tell them to leave.
Yeah,
as
and
politely.
she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I was married at that, and I was like, "You want me to leave my wife to come scare off your bobcat?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, I just wait. If tomorrow the bobcat's still there, I'll entertain this." And she calls me the next day. Bobcat's still there. I come home. I find out why the bobcat's still there. It's because a deer just gave birth to a baby deer in our yard and it was hiding in like a bush. Yeah, and so the bobcat was staking out, waiting for the deer to, come.
I was about to say, couldn't you just shoot it?
The bobcat? Yeah, I'm gonna tell my mom to go take out the rifle. yeah, let's do that.
Hey, Mom, just blast it in the head. Well, can you not aim?
Bobcats are small. They're really small, but they're like insane. So
yeah.
Let
me see. How cute is the bobcat? Because if it's too cute, then we can't shoot it.
Yeah, bobcat's like a little bit bigger than a normal house cat.
Oh no, okay. It's too cute.
But it's really burly. It's like a steroids house cat.
I just adopt his ass actually. Wait a minute.
No, you actually can't. That's what's crazy.
Send him my way. Tell your mom to call me next Next time there's a bobcat, send me over there.
Yeah, that was the craziest. Give me your mom my phone number.
Give me your mom's phone number. If she has a bobcat problem, I'll do it.
See, the bobcat is yes, I be able to win a fight, but like very dangerously, because it I think of the way a bobcat fights is like Tom and Jerry, except the cat is Tom, and it's just fucking, it's like an actual cartoon type shit, and it gets its claws on your neck, you're fucking done, right? So I come home and then I face off with the bobcat, and the bobcat just starts to leave.
Put on some oven mitts.
And then I see the deer, and I see like the mama deer, and I was like, "Ma, the deer, you just got to get the deer out of the thing." And she's like, "Yeah, but now the deer's going to die." And I was like, "What am I going to do? You want me to just leave?"
If I had to choose between the life of a deer and a bobcat, I'd pick the bobcat. They're just too adorable.
Which one to live?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. No, so, but my mom,
I'd assist in the deer killing. It's like, sorry guys, the bobcat's got to eat.
I don't care. I don't care either way. But my mom was just like, "No, now you got to stay because this deer was born on our land. Like, I feel responsible."
Oh, no.
I was like, "Ma, I'm not staying here to watch this go up. What, send him off to college? Like, what do you want me to do with this deer?"
Yeah, your mom's asking for a lot there.
Yeah, and so I leave, and then the 3 days later, the bobcat has the baby deer in its mouth, dragged across the other side, and my mom my mom sent me a picture. She's like, "The deer died," and I was like, "I mean, it was gonna happen. It was gonna happen, Mom. What did you want me to do?" And then I was just like, I could scare off the bobcat. That's what I did. The bobcat stayed away for 3 days. 3 days. I'm not gonna stay there for 3 more days. Like, you think I'm gonna be out in the wild? Oh no, not today, bobcat. No, I can't do that. Like, the bobcat probably woke up at 4 a.m. I'm asleep till 10 a.m. I'm not waking up for this deer. And so I remember when I got the firecracker things, I was like, "Oh my, you need these." I gave them to my mom. I was like, if an animal comes your way, just start throwing these at the thing. And I think she ended up using it. But
sometimes you gotta let nature run its course.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm like, bro, I don't know what the population of deers are, but I've never seen a bobcat this desperate for food. So I'm sure it's needed. Like, I've seen way too many deers. I've only seen one bobcat. At that point, it's DEI for the bobcat. I gotta include the bobcat, bro.
Exactly. That's we gotta support them. DEI for the forest animals.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've seen so many deers, but the one bobcat, I'm gonna treat it with preferential treatment. What do you mean? Like, a little bit. My mom. I gotta treat the priority list. I treat my mom the best. She doesn't want it to happen on our land. Okay, I did it. The bobcat didn't come. Okay, deer lived on our land. Okay, outside of it, sorry, mom, that's not ours. That's the bobcats. And the
Sorry,
bobcat.
mom, you're on your own.
Yeah, and the thing is, if the mom dad deer came back, they could have handled this bobcat. They could have done it, but like they didn't. They didn't. I'm not the mom. I didn't adopt the deer.
It's like one of those hypotheticals, like who would win? One bobcat or 100 deer?
Bro,
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Regular deers are insane. I've seen, so we have like a tall fence in my house, like an 8-foot fence. Deers can jump that, and easily, like, not even like, it looks, it looks like, like those videos where you think it's real video, and then all of a sudden, like, it's like someone driving like on a bike, right? They're on like a jump, and then like you think it's a real video, and then all of a sudden they just keep floating, and you realize like it's a Unreal Engine like thing, and it's like, oh, the guy went into creative mode. That's what it looks like when deers just like 0 to 100 jump over it just looks unworldly. It doesn't look like physics is being applied. And I've seen a deer literally mangle itself to death trying to escape, like a very easy problem. Like, there's no fence here. I'm as like if there's like a threat, like a bobcat, right? I forget what the threat was at the time. There's open space. Oh, there's no fence on this side, but just because the threat is in the between, it just ran at the fence and died on it. I'm like,
come on.
Yeah, and I saw it broke its leg, one of its legs, and so it couldn't jump the fence anymore. And then it just kept going with the other 3, and then until it was 2, and then it just kind of just died. And then I think the other animal got it, but yeah, this wasn't at my fence, by the way, just to clarify. This is a different, but I was just witnessing it, and it was like, could I have gone out there and just got in between? Sure. The fence is technically humans' fault, but also like that could have happened like a few hours later when I wasn't there anyways. The deer probably could have ended up, and the deer was manic, so it could have ran after me too if it really wanted to. I'm not trying to survive a deer.
In my head, whenever you mentioned bobcat, for some reason, I didn't think of a bobcat. I thought of like a gazelle. I don't know why.
Gazelles are insane.
Yeah. So I'm glad I looked it up to clarify what a bobcat was in my head.
Yeah. Bobcats are like the alpha male of like general forest, like without including like, because bears are there, but like bears are like, like they're there, but like the bunnies are afraid of the bobcat, like the squirrels are afraid of the bobcats, like the
when you think about like how many like bears there are, there's less bears than there are bunnies out there. So when you really think about it, the bobcats terrorize more people on average.
Yeah.
And then birds, don't get me started on birds. There's a lot of those guys, and they all fear the bobcat.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, owls crazy. Owls are crazy.
Owls, okay, but like more birds fear bobcats than don't.
Yeah. Regular birds. I saw a bald eagle above my house. Actually, it was crazy.
You can't kill bald eagles, can you?
You can't do anything to a bald eagle.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Touch it. I was checking the Constitution if I could look at it, bro. It was so bald. Like, it was so insane.
That's kind of funny. I was checking the Constitution. I was getting the updates on the law to see if I could do something about this guy.
Dude, it was like, because it honestly felt like I was getting pulled over because I was minding my own business in the yard, and then just like a shooting star, but it's daytime. I'm like, what is this gleaming off the sun? And
then you hear like a soundtrack.
Dude, it was like caw, like it was, and the American flag was in the background, and the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, and you saw like Japanese kanji that just said America. Just pop up in your frame.
It started speaking terrible English.
That's pretty cool. I wish that happened.
welcome to America, like some shit like that.
Is that just racist?
Yeah, that was very racist. Obviously, yes.
Well, I guess that's it, guys. That's the end of the friendship. That's the end of the 50-50. Which we did hit the hour mark, thankfully enough. That was perfect time.
Yeah. Good note. A good patriotic note.
Yeah. We ended on a very patriotic note. So please let me know what you guys thought down below about the conversation between one gorilla versus 100 locked in people. Let me know what you think about Kanye West and Whippets. Are you a Galaxy Gas enjoyer? Probably not, because you wouldn't be here right now. But yeah, let us know all your thoughts, and we'll be back soon. Next break week we get for One Piece, we'll be back. I think like
first
once a month.
100 commenters, make sure to comment. You're all being drafted for the gorilla.
Yes, and I will take the first blow to the chest. I will die, so you guys can gouge out his eyes.
Their
and have
leader,
him bleed out.
one of their like they congregate around you. Hey guys, peace out.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Like I said, when you fight the gorilla, you can't be delusional. You know you're gonna like the first 90 people are probably gonna die, but that's it. We're locked in though. We're in it for the long haul.
Erwin or Levi from Attack on Titan. Like they just like charging, and then instead of Levi doing the crazy shit, he just gets obliterated, and all the regular people are like,
someone has to take the hit. And when I go down, you guys should not flinch. Do not cry. Just keep on going. Prove Par wrong. Guys, prove Par wrong. Lock in. Lock in. Thank you. We'll be here all week.
Sai's gonna do blue lock with you guys.
Yeah. And if you guys don't lock in, I'll haunt you. Don't let me die in vain. And on that note, goodbye, guys.